Yo. Welcome back, everybody. 95 the podcast, Flies podcast out. We got pop culture, sports, fashion, culture, and of course, dating. And to talk about dating, I got two of my favorite people back in the building, my homegirls. I want y'all to reintroduce yourselves. First up, you, Kim.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kim. I was on the 1995 podcast, episode 3, and I truly enjoyed myself. So I'm back again. Just curious to see what's. I'm looking. I want you guys. I'm looking forward to having a conversation about
everything.
Whatever you bring up. I'm ready.
I love the enthusiasm. I love that. Doesn't somebody got a birthday coming up too, by the way?
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because they let the Libras in the door. Okay. And I'm here. And yeah, I'm excited about that too.
Hey,
so celebrate life, and I appreciate
give Kim a big hey, happy birthday. Hey.
Yeah, you guys can't see it, but they got me my first birthday gift. I'm over here sipping some good tequila. So
shot o'clock.
Shot o'clock. Okay.
Might be too early.
That's what's up.
Never too early.
And we got another one of my good buddies coming back.
Yo.
Reintroduce yourself, T, for those who remember you and enjoyed you last time, and for those who don't know you.
Yeah, so my name is T. I was on the same episode as Kim, and I'm the co-host of the Two Chicks Talking Shit podcast.
Yes.
You know, we do some of the same thing, pop culture, dating. I don't talk too much sports, but, you know, I'm down for whatever. So I'm excited to be here today.
That's what's up. And please, guys, make sure you subscribe to the Two Chicks Talking Ish podcast as well. I've been a big fan, and they were also incremental in the beginning of 95 too. I always tell T, it wouldn't be no 95 without them. So we appreciate you guys, you and Fee, for what you do and what you do for the culture.
Yo.
Last person up, I got one of my big dogs, one of my best friends. I brought him on to talk his ish and had some fun. Y'all know him as one of my right hands. So go ahead and introduce yourself, sir, for those who don't know.
Yeah, I'm the Chicago foodie, aka Langston, but I'm just kind of upset I'm not one of your two favorite people that like just kind of diss the shit out of me.
You're his best friend, bro.
They're way cuter than you, bro.
I agree, but yeah, you know, I'm happy to be here though. This is gonna be fun, you know what I'm saying? Like let's get it cracking, you know what I'm saying?
Sounding like the mad rapper over there.
I eat MCs, you know what I'm saying?
For real, man. I'm on my 4th album. No, so we're gonna start off. We're gonna get right into it. What's been happening this week as far as the male-female dynamic is concerned. We all saw it. It hit Instagram like a tidal wave, a bullshit tidal wave. Red flags. Everybody posted their red flags. Everybody talk about red flags. How do y'all feel about that personally?
That emoji is tired. Let me just say that. Like,
so tired.
How y'all can recognize so many red flags and you still with the niggas you with? I'm just saying.
We can start it early.
But
I love it.
Maybe they really just don't. But you know, everybody is guilty of that. I mean, it's no different than somebody being in a relationship and being able to point out all the flaws in someone else's situation versus what they're dealing with themselves. So
I think that's super fair. And to piggyback on that, we all have probably been through stuff or whatever that may have affected us in a negative way as far as the dating is concerned. So we immediately, the first thing you do is you classify that in the red flag category, like, you know, stuff that you don't like that maybe happened to you or whatever. And I think some people may be holding on to that more than others or whatever. So, you know, as soon as they see something, they triggered, they want to broadcast it. They want to say something. And sometimes they be subbing people that, you know what I'm saying, might have made them feel a certain way, but
yeah, I know for one thing,
it's overwhelming. Like y'all gotta heal, man.
Hey, if you driving a Nissan, you
heavy
not
on
for
the
me.
heel, heavy on the heel.
That's all I got to say. If you got a Nissan, that's definitely a red flag.
Why?
Wait,
Because the internet says so, bro. I don't even. I like if you got a Nissan. What they say? You got a Nissan or You know what I'm saying? If
This
you
is
post
for
your
men
cash,
or women. Like,
if
what do
you-
you mean?
if you post your cash app in your bio, you begging a stallion, like I'm out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, count me out.
So so Al Gore say no Nissans, no
No,
Nissans, bro.
nah, G, can't do that, yo. You know what I'm saying? Just all I'm saying. That's a big red flag for me. A Nissan.
That's a big red.
That's the biggest red flag of them all.
my
Nissan
God.
and lashes. Those are red flags, yo.
So red flags are so basically you are identifying something as a red flag before you even know a person. So it's
Great point. That's a great point.
You're just looking at them and sizing them up and saying, nope, wouldn't even.
Well-
versus being in a situation. I thought a red flag was once you're dealing with I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call something a red flag if I have no relations with a person. So that's just grounds for me not to interact with you. So if I size you up and I look at you and I'm not attracted, or there's something going on with your appearance that I may not be interested in, or you just don't look as well kept as I would like for you to be,
Well kept.
then
I think
I wouldn't consider it a
There you
red
go.
flag. I just
yeah.
Well, you know, it just, I don't know. I just think that with the whole situation going on with the red flags, I think that people just kind of took it too far. So for me personally, red flags has to do with the actual relationship that you have with a person. You have to get to know a person to know your actual red flags, and you have to get to know yourself. So if you know yourself, you know what I'm saying, you can determine what your actual red flags are within yourself.
I agree.
But
Accountability. I think accountability
Nissan
is
at the top
super
of my
big.
list, though.
The person who has
I used to have a Nissan. F you. That was my first car. That was my first real car. Car note. Don't ask me what happened to it. But I used to
Exactly.
have
You and your homegirls in the back, and they talking about some,
Drive
hey!
the boat.
one. Seriously.
You had
Before
gorilla-
driving the boat was a thing.
Yeah.
Kill, you had Gorilla Zoe playing, banging the back.
Lil Wayne.
But
The Carter.
you guys know this whole show is just about positive energy and about building people up and stuff. So instead of talking about what our red flags are, let's go around the room and I want you guys to give at least one. You can give two, but give at least one green flag that you like out of the opposite sex.
Well, something that I would consider a green flag, if I'm dating someone, I would just say consistency. Well, if I can give two, consistency and stability, those are my green flags. And yeah, so I'm rocking with that. As long as you can show me that you have the ability to be, I too often we meet people and things change. And unless it's changing as long as it's changing for the better, then I'm okay with that. But how you get them is how you keep them too. So I want you to keep that same energy and yeah, just be consistent. And then obviously just be on your shit too. And it's not just about doing anything for me, but just take care of your responsibilities. Like that in itself as a grown woman is sexy as hell.
And walking
Like,
in your purpose too.
yes,
on
that
every
too.
side.
All of that. All of that. Yeah, all of that. But consistency and stability. Green flags.
Green flags.
Let's go.
I like both of those. T.
So I would say a green flag is attentiveness, like someone who's attentive, paying
True.
attention to when I'm happy, when I'm sad, when I may need something. I may not have to even say it, that they just kind of know, and then they step in and do whatever it is.
Make it
like,
happen. Yep.
I love
strong.
it when somebody just takes that initiative and be like, I noticed that you wasn't feeling great the other day, so I did X, Y, and Z. Here you go. Like, okay, bam. That's cool. Thank you, sir.
Or if you mention something and something that you plan on doing and maybe you haven't had the opportunity to do it
Facts.
yet and they get it done.
Right.
The pick me up.
Man.
Yeah, a little pick me up.
I mean, everybody could use a little help, so I wouldn't even call it that, but
Yeah, I like
I
when
just
they
say
pay
you were
attention.
being attentive.
Yeah. Yep.
Shoot.
Lane, give me at least one green flag that you like from the
Pop.
ladies.
Probably like thoughtfulness. Like if you like, kind of like almost piggybacking off what they said. If you can show me that you're thinking about me and you listening to what I'm saying and you thoughtful enough to do something about it, you know what I'm saying? That's like really big on me. Like if we sitting around sending text messages, screenshots about stuff that maybe we wanted to buy, but we ain't really bought it. Or what you like, babe, A or B, and you choose A, and then I don't buy it, and then it still shows up anyway. That's thoughtful. That's like you thinking about the fuck I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
It
Like,
shows effort too.
exactly. It shows that
Super
you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I ain't asking, you know what I'm saying, nobody to like, buy shit for a motherfucker. But at the end of the day, it's like you still thinking about it like, oh shit, I just cooked. Woo, I gotta wash all these fucking dishes and blah 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 blah. And next time I see her, she come to the crib and I cook and she in there busting suds.
I think a lot of what our green flags and our red flags lie a lot in who we are personally and what our particular, like, what they say, love languages, or like basically how
sure.
we learn how to
Yep.
have affection with the opposite sex or whoever we may date, right? So a lot of the stuff that we deem to be green flags or whatever may not even work on the next person, but it may talk to
That's
us in a
true.
way that makes us feel super empowered, and then that makes us drawn to that person. Sometimes it's really not even about green or red flags. Sometimes it's just about the right fit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like we sometimes forget that. Like sometimes it's just about people who like really know how to understand us, or come close to even try to understand us. So
Well, I was always taught, bro, like at the end of the day, like out of all the relationships that you in with, you know what I'm saying, with all these different people that you be with or whatever, only one relationship actually is supposed to work. You know what I'm saying? That's the person that you marry.
yeah,
I've never heard that before.
That's how you ain't grow up in
So
my
what do
house.
you say to the people that have multiple
Well,
wives
the
or
people who
have
have-
remarried?
But that's, I mean, I'm saying
they
though,
put
like,
erasers on pencils.
No, I'm just saying though, like that's the one that's supposed to work. So
Get
if
up,
that
try again.
if you
Dust yourself
if
off
you
and
was
try
in
again.
if you was in a relationship with something that didn't work out, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't the one that was supposed to work out for you. You know what I'm saying? The one that's supposed to work out for you is the one that's supposed to end with. That's your one. So you might have found what you thought was the one, but it ended up like, maybe that's not it.
Yeah.
So you get divorced and go out there and dust yourself off and try again. But you only supposed to have one relationship that actually works itself out. You're not supposed to have 17.
So you believe that is really would you consider that your soulmate? Is that what that is called?
I mean, I wouldn't put a title to it. You're just supposed to have one relationship that really works itself out. I mean, if you only got one relationship that works itself out, whether it be a soulmate or whether it be a cellmate, I don't give a fuck what it is. It just,
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
Second time that I wasn't ready for one.
Yeah, that's why you brought me on the show. So at the end of the day, you're supposed to have
Wow.
one relationship that works itself out. Like it's only supposed to be
Conjugal
one.
visits.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because
that's
if
all you really
we
get.
go off of that logic, think about the relationships that we're in right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if we're only supposed to have one that works, and if you're paying attention to your red flags and your green flags, I would actually, I'm not trying to take over, but I would actually, I'm just curious, do you, and maybe that's too personal, but if you were paying, well, I guess let's just internally, I would just say, if we go off your logic where you're only supposed to have one relationship that works, you're currently dealing with someone and you may have noticed some red flags and some green flags. Then you sit back and think, once I assess this situation, after I've assessed what I'm dealing with and who I'm dealing with, is this the person? Is this the relationship that I'm supposed to be in? Or is this my one? Or is this it?
Aren't you doing that anyway?
Not everybody is. I mean, sometimes you don't always take inventory. And sometimes you do have to sit back and do that. But you should be, I guess. But
Yeah, your one is your one, right?
Hey.
Don't you want to marry your one?
So
Or you want to marry your five?
everybody don't want
we
marriage.
gotta before we.
Everybody don't want to do a lot of things, but at the same time, you're
But,
supposed to have
hey, y'all totally forgot about me. But
I'm
anyway.
sorry, Mike.
Hey,
Hi.
I'm talking
Hi,
shit.
Mike.
But before we transition, I got to get my green flag real quick. My green flag for the ladies that I like is similar to Lane's as far as like the thoughtfulness aspect, but really a woman just being able to really listen to me and really like know the stuff that I'm saying and all like what I may teach her, what I may help her learn, the stuff that I really like, the stuff that she knows really likes me. I mean, the stuff that she knows that I really, really like as far as like sports and all the stuff like that, all that stuff, whatever. So just a woman like paying attention to what I like and knowing what I like and just showing that effort or whatever. Like maybe sending me, like buying me some tickets or whatever to a particular concert I like, or just stuff like that. Just like really
Shows genuine interest.
yeah. And also too, another thing too, another green flag is when you're dating a woman and you start rubbing off on her. She started talking like you.
That's a green flag?
Yes. She started acting like you.
Yeah,
She
they
started
like
talking
that.
like you.
They like that.
She always want to wear your clothes. She started liking your sports teams. Like those are like green flags because it just shows that like you riding with me.
Yeah,
I love that energy. That
Because if
energy
you're a
is
Cubs
just awesome.
fan, that's a red flag. God.
Well,
Facts.
Definitely a red flag.
nobody can see my hand raised, but it is. But see,
I'm here
I
to
get
listen.
it. I get it. And I'm with you on that. And I can see how that's something that you like. But what cautions me is to be around someone and then you begin to emulate them or you begin to mirror. You lose your
You're worried about
identity.
you losing yourself?
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what he was saying.
I was saying like an amalgam
So-
of what, like you're basically becoming a better person of yourself, but also just learning
tied
to,
in a small version of you too.
yeah, just learning to
Well,
really.
So like me and my guy, like I didn't use the word fugazi before. Like that just wasn't a word that I used. But like if I'm talking to him or we like out looking at whatever, I was like, man, look at that motherfuckers, fugazi as hell, blah, blah, whatever.
I
like
say that still, yeah.
I understand, but like it's certain stuff that he says or like the way we talk, I definitely picked up on, or like it's just the way we communicate now because we in this shit.
And
Y'all
when it's-
becoming one.
And when it happens subconsciously too, it's just
Right.
It's just something to like watch whatever. Like, man, when you start talking like me, like yeah,
That's what happens
That's
when you
cool.
become one. Start talking like
Here you go.
But then I
Vibe.
feel like that's when you like it's like a friendship. It's like that best
Yeah,
friend type
yeah.
deal. Like it ain't always that sexual stuff. It's like
Yeah.
I want
It's the
him
sexual
to be,
shit too. But
It
yeah, all the
is.
friends shit.
But
with
the
it, too.
friendship is what's gonna get you guys in the long run. Is what you
Yeah,
gonna.
that's what I'm saying. Like you want
say
to be
both.
friends.
But
I mean,
I-
yeah, you want this,
But
the
at some
shit to be
point,
right.
that stuff is not even gonna be working. So you gotta have something else. You gotta have a much deeper connection than just that.
Thank you, Kim.
So
Thank
while
you.
we speaking about
If you speaking on
sex,
longevity,
while we talking about sex and shooting and longevity, let's get to another shooting or whatever.
Oh boy.
Not
Ladies shooting a shot.
oh, shooting a
Ladies
shot.
shooting a
That
shot.
just-
Like,
First
what we
off, I'm
three.
Don't
shoot the J.
Shoot it.
As far as ladies shooting a shot,
I don't think.
how do y'all
I didn't
feel
know where
about
you
shooting a
were
shot?
going.
I feel like if they feel like they could make it, they should take it.
Ladies,
Yeah.
I love
like that.
I love that.
I like that. However,
Doesn't happen in the
Uh-oh.
Midwest.
I don't know how much free space.
But wait, there's more.
I don't care who else is on the court if it's just me shooting. That's never been something that I've been comfortable with. Can I tell y'all a quick
Yeah.
story?
Yes.
I did that one time
We love to hear this.
ever in my life. One time. And I would never
Story
do it
time,
again.
guys.
So wait. Okay, real quick, and I'll make it real quick. You advise homecoming. At least I don't want to get
Trying to
my
holler at
age.
Chief of Lenawek?
Listen, the guy, he was so cute. And it's funny because prior to that, my cousin and I, we used to do everything together. So we had a conversation about us actually approaching guys. So that was my chance to, okay, I saw this guy, I walked over. I wasn't really that confident. I didn't know what to say to him. But it was just funny to me because I got there and I tapped him and he looked at me and I smiled. And then right after he winked at me and then he's looking like he wants to say something, but he looks down and I look over and his girl is standing right there. So it was like I really played myself. Yeah, and I never did that again because that's what happens when you don't assess the room. Because
That's
had
good.
I
You was just feeling
Had
that
I been-
guy.
He was like, "Uh-oh, here we go. I'm going in.
we right in.
Right in for the kill."
And
It's
killed
100%
myself.
of the shots
Yeah.
you don't take.
Hello, Michael. This is the waitress from the coffee shop on 39th and Lennox.
No, sir. Yeah, so after that, nope. It never happened
You
again.
don't know my
That just killed my ego. So
Hey, we
I don't care
we
what
got
you
to
look
give
like.
you
Nope.
we got to give you credit for having the
Yeah,
strength
I
to
give you
tell
a
that
round of
story.
applause
So,
for that
yeah,
one.
we got to give you that. It was a good story time. Shit happens though, but guess what though? This is one
That
thing.
traumatized me.
This is why women and men are different, right? That form of rejection,
I don't know how y'all deal with it.
it kind of
still
shapes you,
dealing
and
with
it's still
that.
dealing with it, right? You know, guys, we get rejected every fucking day. We get rejected by women. We get
Yeah.
rejected by jobs. We get rejected by business contracts. We get rejected by all types of endeavors that we have to do when we go conquer the world. And I think that a lot of times women don't really realize what type of resolve it takes for a man to learn how to be consistent like that and just keep firing back over and over and over, because I think women see rejection so different and they don't see it on a constant basis that men see it at.
That's so real, Mikey.
It is.
That's so real. And it's commendable because I don't know. Yeah, to this day, I still carry that. And you got to think, I was 19 years old and I would never
And I'm-
approach a man.
And I'm sure you've had great dating success since then. Totally. I'm sure you have.
Yeah, but it didn't come from me not tapping on the shoulder. I can tell you.
But it's so crazy. Like me, Lang, and Nick is in the building. Shout out Nick, 95 member. I'm
yeah.
sure we're looking at you and we're looking at like, hey, you know, that's a character building thing. Even though it still sticks with you,
Character
whatever.
building.
It made you a better person, whether you realize it or not. It really did.
Yeah, because every
still
time I
working on
hear it, no,
myself.
it makes me a better person.
We are always still working on ourselves. The work never ends.
That's real.
T, you ever shot your shot?
Yo.
Was it like Allen Iverson, or was it like
Steph Curry,
Michael
half court.
Olowokandi?
I don't have no player reference, but I will say that it worked out. So like I give you, so I went to this party. I went with my brother. It was one of my friends, right? And they had some female entertainment at the party.
Okay.
And,
This was at Junior's crib?
no, I ain't go to Junior's crib. You didn't.
I'm just coming to dance, and that's it.
So we was there,
Lord
and
Jesus.
I feel like I had a good spot, and I had a good spot for the show, and this guy just kept like was all on my shoulder. I was like, and he was kind of cute, so I was like, hey, you wanna come in? Want to come a little closer? You want to see? So
Over the money,
we moved around, you know, so he could enjoy the show, and then we like
It
talked
sound
the
like a
whole
Vivian
night.
Green video. I like this.
And then we left the party, and I had given him my number, and he called me. We met up after the party, and like we really been rocking since then. So it worked for me.
Congratulations.
Okay. No, that's that.
I'm just saying, congratulations.
I'm impressed, and it actually makes me feel empowered.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna say
Not
like
even being funny,
It
but-
was 100 the whole time. You know, like I shot my shot. You know, we've gone through roller coaster, you know, of relationship type stuff. But like at the end of the day, that's my G. So
That's cool.
That's super smooth. I don't know.
I don't even know what I was now. It makes me feel so awkward and uncomfortable, and I feel like I'm too old to be embarrassed in that way. And I guess maybe part of it, I'm thinking too much.
Yep.
But
just
be
say
yourself.
I
what
will say this too, from
what do you want to hear from a woman?
From an open-minded perspective, looking at a guy, before we had this conversation, I was one of those type of dudes that'd be like, why do chicks always hold back or whatever? Because guys are not mean in general or whatever. And a lot of times with guys, when we approach women, it's times where they're mean and we just be like, fuck it, whatever, girl. So, but guys aren't really mean or whatever. And even in your scenario, even though it was kind of very, very awkward, it was the awkwardness, whatever. It wasn't the way that the guy treated you that made you feel
Right.
away. So prior to our conversation, I was under the impression like, why don't ladies shoot their shot more? They have no idea how much guys would be reciprocal to it and appreciate it or whatever, reciprocated with them and appreciate it or whatever. But you help me realize something on how sometimes men and women are just different, and we have different experiences and we have different ways of how we take certain things, rejection, how we may see wisdom, how we may see love or whatever. So sometimes our differences, whatever, we sometimes are always seeing it through our own lenses, as opposed to like stepping in the other sex's lenses and seeing like, okay, they might just totally interpret it different than what we are.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah.
Mike, how many times women done step to your plate, G? Try to hit a home run? I mean, how many you get?
It's happened a few times.
Really?
I remember one time it was really, really cool. I had a lady at the time. This had to be about a decade ago. But I was
That's fair.
going to, I'm not going to say it because I don't know if that young lady still works there, whatever. But
Matters not.
it was a Starbucks that I was going to consistently before I was going to Proviso, when we was working at Proviso. So it was a Starbucks I was going to all the time. And it was just this chick that was giving me all type of jazzy talk and just getting on my nerves and stuff. I'm like, what's
You was
man?
getting that double macchiato.
And no, mind you, nah, bro.
Macchiato. Did
Nah,
you really
bro.
do that?
Vanilla
A
latte,
little
man.
caramel
Get
drizzle.
it right, get it right, fam.
You get the upside down
caramel
joint.
drizzle.
But
Get the upside down
But
joint.
no, I'm like, why this girl keep getting on my nerves? And then
Why she keep getting?
yeah, what?
They don't even see
and
it.
You got to remember too. I don't have my right. That's the thing. A lot of times we don't even fucking know when y'all
Don't
like us
even
half the
see
time.
it.
Men are stupid.
So we're
is true.
we're slow sometimes. I can't even front.
That is
I
true.
can't even hold you.
A lot of
We
times.
slow sometimes. But
More often than not.
All right now.
But,
all right.
but,
all right.
but fast forward. Let me finish up because I got some more questions to ask y'all. But yeah, I'm like, whatever. So one day I walk out with my coffee or whatever, and under this is when I had to challenge it. Under the under the windshield wiper blade, it was like a piece of paper. So I opened up the piece of paper and she gave me her number and drew a heart or whatever and stuff like that. And then when I came back in, I was just like, nah, I got a little lady or whatever. But it was she had some fucking balls to do it, and I thought that was the coolest shit on the planet.
That was
I had
real
to give it
smooth,
to
bro.
her.
You
If
shot
I-
her down?
If I was single, man, I would have handled business. You
Wait a
already
minute.
know.
You shot her down?
I had a lady.
Oh, okay, cool.
Thank you. So that is a red flag.
Yep, red flag.
Oh, what I said,
are
okay.
a red flag.
Oh, what do you mean? Nah, straight. I'm true to the blue. I ain't red flag nothing.
He said he had a
faithful.
lady 3 times, and you talking
But-
about you.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't hear that.
started.
But
That was-
bro.
I
didn't hear that.
He didn't
Listening.
Hear it. It's okay.
I didn't hear that.
He didn't hear. He didn't
Listening
hear.
is something
But
I gotta check my.
speaking of
for.
hearing, I
Let
need
me
y'all to
know.
hear this, ladies. T, I'm gonna start with you.
Yo,
Give me, since we understand that why women may not shoot their shot all the time, and ladies, we want to encourage you to do it. Fight through it. You might miss a husband if you don't. But
Child.
T,
yo,
Might miss your husband.
when you don't shoot your shot, what type of pheromones you send out, or what type of signals you send out when you want a guy to catch your attention? Motherfucker, look at me. I know you see me.
I can't even
What type of Jean Grey stuff you doing over there? What type of mental? Because y'all be thinking like you look at a Justin LeBoy meme and they be like, I know this nigga hear me thinking about him.
No,
Like,
seriously.
yo,
I know
yo,
you. I'm
wow.
looking at you, and I know you hear me.
Y'all
Yeah,
are wild.
it's
Now looking at me.
No, we don't.
It's definitely a look.
see all this.
It's definitely a look. You talking about
attention to
if
my
we in the same
nonverbals.
room, or you just talking about in general?
Let's say just hypothetical or whatever and stuff like that. Let's say if you were single or whatever, and you was in a situation and you just want to get a guy to notice you or whatever, and what type of sign? Because women don't shoot their shot a lot. What are some things that you do to try to get a guy's
Got it.
attention to get him to shoot his shot with you?
Punch him in the face.
Langston,
I mean, in the social media.
but go ahead, T. What you think?
In the social media age, it's like little comments on a Insta story or a post, laughing at something that they might have posted or said. It's just little things finding a commonality. If they posted something about sports, whether you like it or not, oh man, that sounds like fun. I don't know. So
Right.
so to provide a way
Liking
in.
those 100-week-old pics. Yeah.
No, I'm not that far back, not that far back, but that
Tap, tap.
does
I'm
get
just
somebody's
kidding.
attention. But I think leveraging the tools that you have, because back in the day we didn't have that.
That's true.
You really had to put a lot of work in pre-social media, but now it's easy.
It was a different world. Remember the
I remember MySpace.
we a little up there. Remember the chat line, the Chicago Raven. Welcome to the Chicago Ravens.
boy.
I didn't join chat
Yeah,
lines.
sadly.
Man, we was
Oh boy.
we was bad.
Boy, that was lit, boy.
Yeah.
One boy.
Hey,
Yikes.
I'm so glad this is a
I
different
feel
era.
so.
It's like we had to really
Around the
guess.
same age range.
We had to like guess. No,
I mean, I heard
'cause
of it.
Remember
I
they
just
would have
didn't
they
do
would
it.
remember they would have the little voicemails that you would leave voicemails and stuff,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
you would
yeah.
leave a voicemail, and then like a chick. I had my own like phone line in my dad's house, like upstairs.
Spoiled.
So, hey,
I know that's a real
good
flex.
looking, Pop,
For the
but
kids
no,
that are listening,
but look,
they don't know anything about
that's
that.
a real flex. Having
But
your
that's
own
a
phone
real
line.
flex.
I had my own phone line in high
I
school.
see.
Because you definitely
You
had to
was
go through my
popping.
mama.
Popping
So
like
look, you would check the little voicemail they'll give you, and like you'll dial in like a little code or something, and
Yeah.
it'll pull up the voicemail. When it pull up the voicemail, it'll be like you got like 6 messages, whatever. It'll be like some chicks or whatever, a little hot ass. Like I
all
was
they
like
can-
14,
all they heard of
15.
your voice.
It was a
That's
little
it.
hot
G,
ass.
what was
little-
your
never
G? What was
heard
your
it.
voice message though?
I don't know, bro.
Hi,
but-
I'm Mikey. Holla at me.
Man, but
I
you
got my
know,
own phone.
but no, chicks would be describing how they look in the messages. They'd be like, "I'm 5'5" with brown eyes." I'm thinking like it wasn't no computers or nothing. You really
Right.
had to
You had-
believe
you
if
had
this
to
chick
paint a
was lying or
visual.
not. And then
You meet him at the plaza.
That's how I
This era
understand
was
these
so much
days how
better.
people are getting
Plaza.
catfished.
Yeah,
Like I can understand back then,
Yeah.
but now,
How?
okay, so I don't understand.
Me either.
There's no
But it's
reason
it's
for
deeper
you to
than
be
rap.
cat.
It's deeper than rap.
Boy, you have to
But
meet
why
him.
that
mental.
happens? Yeah,
It's
why
something.
that happens is deeper than rap.
Meet me
Real
at
shit.
Montgomery Woods, boo.
Not Montgomery
In
Ward.
the plaza.
Oh my God, the plaza.
Right by the tall Indian.
And right by the
in
tall,
middle.
right by the tall.
Tall
and
Native
Oh my
American. I'm
God,
sorry,
you
Where?
Native
taking me
American.
back.
A red t-shirt.
Oh
So I know it's you. And then
Hilarious.
you walk up there and you look for a girl. You sit up there at the
You
top.
guys have done that. Like,
yeah, welcome.
wow.
Yeah, you sit up at the top.
And then they didn't have cell phones back
No,
then,
so you
so
just
it's
had to
like,
show up.
Quick
and then sit
confession.
around and wait.
I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
it a buck. Quick confession. When I was like 4, 5 years old, when we used to go to the plaza when I was a shorty,
Oh man.
I used to get freaked out by the big Native American statues.
Yeah, you should.
My
Really?
pops was like, "Why are you scared?" I was like, "I think it's gonna come alive." Like I used to
he
think
was
those big
big. He was
Native
big.
American, they were like tall. It was like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, that was
but that
like-
one in the middle by
Intimidating.
my
It was
other
like
boys was
it
like
was like
really
2
big.
stories high, yo.
Yeah,
they was high as
and then like when I got older and I finally got over it and stuff and I was able to read what it said and you know,
And
but
they
then they tore it down. I was all sad. I was about like 9 or so. Like, damn, they bogus. They took my man's down.
And they replaced it with the Christmas tree.
Yep.
Oh,
So
right.
sad.
They started replacing it with the Christmas tree. That big
Yeah,
ass
Christmas
goofy
You
ass
guys had some
Christmas
really
tree.
good memories.
I mean, I lived at the plaza as
about
a
to say.
kid. Like, I went to Morgan Park. We would
Yeah.
leave school and go straight up
Yeah,
there.
see, if you
So-
grew up on 95th, the plaza was everything.
Morgan
before.
Park is the best school in Vincennes. Don't let nobody
It
get it
is,
twisted.
it
you know what I'm
is.
saying?
Okay,
Shouts out
we
to
not
Morgan
about
Park.
We not
have
on
a-
Vincennes, so
Shouts out to
Stain
Morgan
gang?
Park, baby. Stain gang, baby, all day, baby.
okay.
Hey,
Too.
shift
Okay.
the note. So we got to talk about a controversial topic.
Here we go.
Is
Nephew too. We out here.
is consistent with our age demographic, and that is ladies going under the knife.
Oh, jeez.
What are y'all thoughts on it? And
Didn't we talk about this the last time?
we did.
We touched on it
We
a
touched
bit,
on it. I'm talking stuff now, but yeah.
but we touched on it in a different way.
Yeah.
Fair, foul, and do you think it is exceptions? First of all, I'm gonna just say this. From our podcast, whatever, this is a male-dominated podcast. You know, we talk about a lot of male stuff, whatever. So we really not here to judge women's bodies and stuff, but we definitely here to hear opinions and also encourage women or whatever, because a lot of stuff from the guy side is more encouraging than women may realize or whatever.
Okay.
So let's see what the ladies have to say about it.
So
I know what
I feel like it's definitely a woman's choice to do whatever she wants to do, as it relates to having surgery or whatever. I just feel like something's broken in society right now. This is just my personal opinion because everybody is doing the exact same thing. But I understand that that's been happening for years. So let's go back to like Pamela Anderson. Like she really started like the breast implant craze back in the day. Everybody wanted a body like her as a Baywatch.
It was basically that whole little Playboy run. Like, yeah, that
Right.
was big.
Top heavy, really.
Yeah, very top heavy, very narrow at the bottom. Yeah, it was a particular look that was in the 90s. Yeah, I
Right.
agree.
And then now
And it was being copied like by a lot of young ladies. Yeah,
right, and like now it's the ant body. So like everybody
I'm out.
it is.
Paint me a
There's-
picture. Paint me a picture.
So like
The ant
really
body.
little bitty waist, really abnormal shaped bottom, some boobs. It's just it's not normal. Like I don't feel like everybody should walk around looking the same.
The legs don't match.
Yeah,
I think that's the beauty too, is that not everybody. Well, I think I get what you're saying to you, is that a lot of women are going for a particular look, and that has been common in pop culture, right? But I will say that from a guy's perspective, we notice a lot of diversity. Or we see particular looks a lot or whatever, but we also see a diversity in looks as far as when ladies do have body augmentation, but also looks in women who don't at all, who are totally natural or whatever. So guys, because maybe we are so wired for the physical or whatever, we may see it in a way that you guys might not be able to like comprehend. Like the way our neurons just fucking, like the way our wheels be spinning up there, we just be like, we be cool, man.
Are you saying y'all don't care? Like real, fake or not, y'all don't care?
I think most guys don't care, but most guys don't even care what the fuck our sandwich tastes like half the time. Like guys are very simple with a lot of stuff. So
Big face,
for the most part, I think it's about just what you particularly like, whatever. I think it's some guys that do prefer natural, and some guys that do really like girls that might have, you know what I'm saying, went and got some stuff done. But I think for the most part, guys really don't care. We really just want like a really good chick that's really gonna be cool and vibe with us and take it from there.
And me personally, I think like the whole like situation is like the new weave. It's like as long as it looks okay, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
that's a good point. And then there's some that's like really, really good.
Some
and
that's
then
really
some
good.
that
And
looks
it's like
a little
really bad.
yeah.
So you wouldn't mess. You wouldn't.
That's a good comparison. Bro.
You as a man, you ain't gonna mess with no chick with no bogus weave. Like if your weave bogus, you not messing with it. If your body augmentation bogus, we're not messing with you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like for whatever it is that triggers your mind to feel like I don't like that. It is what it is. I just feel like it's the new weave. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
That's a great comparison.
Yeah, you know what I'm
I
saying?
like that analogy.
Because it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. Like, everybody likes natural things and everybody likes the things that are so unnatural on women. You know what I'm saying? And women are held to a higher standard on physically how they are perceived. So it's just kind of like,
and then to give
good, it's just what it is.
And then to give a positive perspective for the males for body modification, a lot of guys, whatever, we understand how like Our Lady or whatever may look at like how aging may affect it from a psychological perspective, having kids, carrying on children, whatever.
Yeah.
And we can understand like when you start to
And your body
get a little
changes.
older and your body changes and you want to like kind of bring some of that youth back, and there's ways to do it. Like I'll be perfectly honest, I'll be a hundo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whoever I may have be my lady who I have kids with or whatever and stuff like that, if she want to get a mommy makeover, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Personally, like I don't mind, because if that's gonna make her feel better, along with make her feel like she's gonna look better and empower her, I'm down to do that.
Right.
And if she doesn't want to do it, then I'm cool with that too.
Right. So that's actually that's really what I was going to say. If you're modifying your body in any way, whether you are enhancing or removing, because some people are getting reductions, but as long as whatever you're doing is for you,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. And then, and to add to that, as long as you understand any ramifications, or what's the word that I'm looking for?
Side effects, possibly. Maybe
Side
It's lots
effects,
of
the
risk to it.
downsides, the risk.
Perfect T. Risk.
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as you understand what it is that you're getting yourself into, and you're okay with that, then hey, I don't see anything wrong with it. There is the social media obviously has given people this false sense of what you should look like, this
Right.
body type, which is for some people, there are some people that are truly shaped like that,
No, that's fair.
but everybody isn't. And so there's this idea that, and it's not just a black woman thing, it's all women are doing it. So we just can't
That's
point
true.
it, we just can't make it about just our culture in particular. But
I think too it's let's also talk about just the natural ramifications of it outside of what we may see from a psychological or mental or societal perspective. It's simply supply and demand, inflation, the actual surgeries being done more by done surgeons or whatever. So the actual cost of those particular surgeries and those operations
yeah,
have
the
went
access
down.
to it,
So women have
yeah.
more access, and then the surgeries have gotten better and gotten safer. So like, of course, like it's just natural,
That's a great
natural
point. Yeah.
macroeconomics. More people are going to get it because it's accessible. It's like when TVs were super expensive for our great grandparents and stuff.
Yep.
Then like 5 years later, all of our grandparents had a damn one of those old ass TVs in their living room.
My grandparents
Same
was
thing.
balling though. They had a TV in that room.
I'm sure I'm sure they was, but that was so random, bro.
But
They met
go
each
ahead,
other
bro.
at 8 and had been married ever since.
Ever
too.
since
but no, not that was a good one. But no, I don't know. I just like I don't know. I just to your point, it's very accessible these days, and I just feel like if it look good as a man, if it looks good, it's okay. It's just like almost like if your weave look good, it's okay. It's okay.
So what about, okay, that's fine. So listen, we often talk about women and them modifying their body, but you don't think men are making enhancements
They
or are
definitely
getting
are.
of
enhancements?
course, of
Of
course.
course.
So
they
how
are.
do you think a woman?
Most people in show business do it.
Yeah,
too.
about to
And
say
I'm
most of the
gonna be
superstars are
real
doing
with you. There's a double, just like there's a lot of things that women, and I'm not saying you can't do it, but there's a double standard when it comes down to, and it's just how you're viewed, how a man is viewed or perceived versus how a woman is
Very
when you
true.
get things done.
You
Just
guys
as-
do have more pressure too. We understand that because men are physical characters. We understand that, and we understand you guys have more pressure. The thing is, men don't want to necessarily put that pressure on you guys because I think women don't really understand how diverse our attractions to you guys. You guys would be surprised who's attracted to you, and you'll be surprised who isn't attracted to you.
Facts. I mean, not to piggyback off of what Mike said, it's like you kind of really don't know because at the same time we don't have the opportunity to show.
Because certain guys just like certain stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And,
saying? Some,
you know, you just might fit his wheelhouse, and you might not even know it because you just might not look like the regular norm of what you think a attractive woman
or
may
what
look like.
society
And
or
then,
Instagram,
or society or Instagram
would
promotes.
deem
Yeah.
the pretty or the popular chick
But-
or
But I think that's a
Whatever.
two-way street, though. Like, I think that, like, it's a two-way street. I think that a lot of women out here, they're trying to attract a man that's doing the same type of thing. They want that attractive body as well. You know what I'm saying? They feel like that's what they want because that's what they're doing.
my goal is gonna always be to like what I see when I look in the mirror naked.
Right.
I don't really care what you think.
I mean,
So if I feel like there's a little extra skin over here and I want to get rid of it, then damn it, that's what I'm gonna do.
I think that's
It's my
perfect for men and
prerogative.
women because think about it. If you know that you like what you see in the mirror and somebody else likes it, you know they really like you. But if you change it and you don't like it and somebody else likes it, then you're not sure. But if it's you're consistently making who you want to be in the mirror as far as like what you really challenges you take as far as from a health perspective, how you take care of your body or how you may want to alter your body. If you really like what you see in the mirror and somebody likes that just as much, you know that they really have a physical attraction to you.
but I don't
So
think that.
just be yourself at the end of the day.
But I don't think that changes who's attracted to you, though. So if you go out and change your
No, but it does assist as far as you being able to find somebody who you're gonna like equally.
yes, equally. That's
That's what I'm saying. Just be yourself.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Equally. So if you go out and you make changes to your body for yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because so you can look good in the mirror. Are you doing it so you can look in the mirror, or are you doing it so you can? The other person that's looking at you in the mirror is doing it also.
I think that's the rhetorical question that a lot of people have to answer before they make that decision. And,
Exactly.
And I think that's a great question.
But at the end of the
It's a
day,
great point.
my body, my choice.
That's
so
facts.
if
And we cool with that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
We respect that.
I mean, nobody's saying that what you're doing is wrong. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, a lot of people saying they're doing things for who they doing it for. Like, I'm changing my body for myself.
So you're wondering if they really doing it
If they
for
really,
that?
are you
for
really
that?
doing it for yourself?
Okay.
Or are you really doing
and
it
that's a
to
whole
attract?
different. In all fairness, that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah, are you really doing that for yourself? Or are you really doing
and
that to
that's
attract?
and that's all that I'm
saying.
saying. As long as you're doing it whatever it is that you're doing, whatever choice you make with your body, as long as you are doing it for you, then and you understand any consequences that may come with going under the knife, because you can experience, anybody can experience complications. Again, we've already stated that there are risks associated with that. So as long as you are understanding of what it is that you're up against and you still want to move forward with it, go for it.
We gotta.
That's just me.
That's great discussion, guys. We got to get to the next topic though.
Because I'm going for it.
And this is not a male or female question, but we're gonna go around the room and we're gonna ask this: what you personally think in your mind, and be 100% honest. It's not gonna get shot down. We're just gonna discuss it.
Don't pick me first.
Do you think that you're a prize? Or are you? No. Do you think you're a prize? Because I think that's pretty normal. I think everybody could consider themselves a prize. I think that's healthy, right?
Start to your
Are
left.
you the prize?
Messing with my psyche.
Do you consider yourself the prize?
Start to your left. Don't start to your right.
Kim. Say, do you
Alright,
consider
so
not a prize? Because I think everybody around the room would say they are a prize. But do you
gotta
consider
put some-
yourself the prize?
I'm the prize for my person.
Thank
Like,
you. That's what I
it's-
would have said.
Like, I'm not your prize. I'm not Langston's prize. But like whoever I'm supposed to be with, who recognizes who I am, what I stand for, they love me to death, like all that stuff. That's who I'm the prize for.
I agree.
Like you said, everybody is a prize in their own right. But
For
like,
sure.
someone has to recognize that they even want you in their life.
Absolutely.
So
So that's a cool perspective because I wouldn't have even processed it like that.
It's because you didn't go to school on Vincennes.
Don't stop.
I mean, he's not lying. So
As far as me, do I consider, am I a prize? Of course. Am I the prize? Nah. Is the woman I'm dating a prize? Nah. I have
No.
I have a whole different.
How does she feel about it?
I have a whole different.
Let's get her on the line.
I have a whole different perspective. So
Yeah,
I don't
wow.
believe I just process it different. I don't believe that a particular person is the prize. I think for me personally, I think that's kind of in this is totally unrelated to what you said, T, because you showed me a different perspective and I think that's pretty cool. But for me, from the perspective that I would garner, for me to have the healthiest relationship with somebody I'm dating, I don't think of them as a prize. I don't think of myself as the prize. I think about the goal that we want to build as far as moving in a forward trajectory and having a life together. I think that is the prize. And we both have to put in particular work in our own lanes individually and together in order to achieve the prize. Will I lead to get to the prize? Yes, that's my fucking job. But as far as seeing an actual person as, because I think it is a double standard too, right? As a guy dating, we sometimes hear that the woman is a prize. I think a wife is a good thing, right? It says it in the Bible, right?
The man
A wife
who
is a good
has a
thing.
wife.
He finds a wife, he finds a good thing.
Amen.
I totally agree that that's true. With
multiple
with that
wives.
being
Just
said,
keep remarrying
I think
you get that
I
way.
think that perspective has like morphed into something else, right? So we tend to look at this prize thing like it's a hypocrisy because a woman will love to be called a prize, but then turn around and some other things in a way that she doesn't like. She'll be like, you can't treat me like an object, treat me like a human being, I'm a person. But if I treat you like a prize, I'm still treating you like a person. So don't say it's good for me to treat you like an object when it benefits you, and then not like the fact that I treat you like an object when it benefits me. So I think it's the best way to do it is let me treat you like the person that you are. Let me build you up to the best of my abilities. Let me lead you to wherever I'm going to go and take you and protect you and make you safe. And the prize is what we're working on to be the best that we could be for ourselves and our kids.
No,
Preach.
you know
Tabernacle.
what? I couldn't have said it better. Your response to that, Mikey, was great. And truly, because I would pose the question, what is the prize? You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what is it? I mean, in terms of you go to a carnival, you knock down all the pins and you win a teddy bear.
Yeah.
Am I that teddy bear? Like, I don't want to compare myself to the prize.
And I feel like I would limit my woman if I put her in that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's because that's a really small little box, if you ask me. So anybody that gets excited about being the prize, to me, you're very small-minded.
Think about it too, like this, like guys, the way we're wired, right? Think about championships, right? When Patrick Kane and Jonathan Tays, they want to win it all or whatever. They want to get Stanley Cup, right? They get the championship. They beat the Rangers, whoever they beat, right? They hoist the prize, right? Mm-hmm. And then guess what? It's all over. Now they look for another prize.
That's exactly.
You got to get another one, right? So that's another thing too. It's a downside to being looked upon as a prize, as far as like the dynamics of dating is concerned.
Well, you know, a prize is a prize, though. Like, if you get the prize, you get the prize.
But it's like
Yo, I like that though. I like that.
But to use the term, but to use the term, the quote unquote, the prize, it's a momentary feeling, and at some point, usually it is. I mean, now to me.
So when you get a prize, you won, right? You feel like you.
Thank you. That's
won.
what I'm
So
coming from.
It's almost as if you get there's this high. And when you win, you're up here. And then at some point, that high wears off. And it just usually does. Now, in a relationship, are there things that can be done, I guess, to keep you on that high and constantly, to get you some extra hits so that you're reigniting that high? I guess. But to me, I guess I wouldn't want to narrow myself and put myself in the box as the prize. Instead, if I am dealing with somebody, then I want to make sure that we are collectively working towards something, and then we're building upon that, and then we both are looking at each other like, yeah, this is my person, that's my girl, and that's really it. I mean, I want to feel like I'm winning with you too. I don't want to necessarily just think that you're winning because of me. I want to feel like we're both.
It feels better when you winning together.
Yeah,
it does. Like I don't.
But if you look at each other like a prize, then what's the problem? Like if I feel like I got the prize,
like you won with her.
Yeah,
like
I won with her. I'm winning with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got the WCW NWO championship belt. You know what I'm saying? And she feel the same way. Yeah. Then what's the problem? I think if a prize is an award and it's not like a negative situation, I do get what you're saying. It could be like once you get the prize, you want to get another one. But at the same time, like once you got it, like once you're on top of the mountain, you gotta stay. You gotta stay on top of the mountain. You know what I'm saying?
And you know
Deontay Wilder had 3 belts before he fought Fury, folks, and lost them all.
Right. Then he lost the prize.
He lost the prize, but who gained them? Fury. He already had 2 belts.
Yeah, but you getting off track.
I'm not getting off track. I'm just saying, like he got the prize, so you gotta hold on to the prize. Once you get the belt, you gotta hold on to it. You got to keep the prize.
Things happen, and just like life happened, and so I mean, but that again, works. But just because he lost his prize doesn't mean that we can never reference him as a world champion or whatever his title was. Yeah. You can never take those accolades away from him, and I get that, but he doesn't have that physical prize, that tangible belt that recognizes him, and just that states that okay, because you've done this.
Why can't we have like more discussions like this? Because the way that we had discussions, you look at it like this. Me and Kim was on one side saying that, yeah, let's not look at it like a prize. And then T and Els, you guys on another side saying, well, like I can see a way where it's healthy, where people can look at a prize. And what we ended up doing was we took two like a real polarizing discussion, and we were able to like show that like sometimes people just process shit totally different, and sometimes you have to align yourself with people who process like you. But even if you don't process like them, if they willing to listen, you might be able to like tell them a perspective where they would be able to like absorb you or whatever. And you know, everybody always got the goddamn guards up like that, as opposed to like really being able to like listen to who they're really talking to. And that happens in like friendships, that happens in podcast episodes, and it happens in relationships.
Amen.
And I think one of the big things that our society needs to do is learn how to like start listening to people without getting offended so damn easily.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
That's real.
Facts.
You've been saying some real shit, Mikey. You've been
right?
Thank you, guys.
He a real podcast host.
Yeah, you pinned to the pad of it.
What?
I remember my first podcast.
Okay.
What? Guys, what is each one
Now,
of you
communication
individually.
is important, man, for real.
For facts,
Yeah.
and the
Listening-
ability and desire to communicate, especially when it's
The
tough.
desire to, and
Yeah.
intentionality that centered around that communication. So not just listening to respond, but listening with the intent to actually hear what that person is saying, and then take that in, and wanting and the willingness to actually receive what they're saying.
and a desire to want to communicate when you're not at your best. And I'm talking
That's
about
hard.
I'm talking about guys when they feel like the world is on their shoulders. I'm talking about the ladies when they have a shutdown and y'all don't want to talk to us.
Sometimes you need to give me a second and let me regroup. But I get
we
it.
give
But
y'all a
you're,
second,
you're right.
but just
you're right.
just like, okay, don't act like you ain't take a second.
But
We
if
give
I'm-
y'all a second all day, but don't act like you ain't
You
taking
know, women are
goddamn
emotional.
second.
Women are emotional creatures. They sometimes they need a second. You know,
just
And
don't-
sometimes
Just
you
don't
do,
act like you know
But
what I'm saying,
sometimes,
like,
honestly, you do have to step
you ain't
away from a
take it.
situation just so that you don't. Because some people have a thing where when they're upset, they say things that they may not. And again, that requires some adult intentionality.
It's nothing wrong.
And checking yourself. Yeah.
And there's
for
nothing
sure,
wrong,
restraint.
like, and I advise fellas too, like, give your lady time to cook up or whatever. I totally advise for that. Like, just give her time, because women see time and men see time totally different.
Yeah, it's always this, and it's in, and I actually this conversation is so effective. Honestly, I mean, for somebody that's actually listening, because again, you do have a male perspective, you have a woman's perspective, and then as a woman, some of the things that you've said thus far, honestly, I don't necessarily think that I know that all men don't think like you do, but it is somewhat refreshing to hear that a man actually thinks the way you do, honestly. So there's some hope for some people out there.
It took a lot of patience and a lot of assholing to get here, but it's
Right, because that's what I knew you
It
as. Like an asshole. But you've grown. My, oh my, have you grown. I like it, Mikey.
thanks, homie. What do you guys love languages? Each one of you. Or what do you think is your love language? If you never like figured it out.
Mine is quality time.
And do you have more than one? Because you know some women be like, all five. I need all five. I think that's really
First,
like
can you-
not
can you-
introspective by doing that, but like.
But can you
give
list the
one or
love
two.
languages?
One or two. Can I list them personally?
They're like
I'm not gonna be able to remember them off the top of my
physical
head, but
touch.
I knew the ones that I figured out, like kind of like that makes sense for how I get down and what really garners my attention.
Okay.
So I know that mine is quality time, and I know people think that that just means spending time with somebody, but that also means you're in tune with them when you're with them. Like one thing that
Not just staying on
bothers
your
me-
phone or whatever. Actually, like
Yes,
watching the damn
I
show
was-
with you and shit like
yes.
that. Okay.
So that means a lot to me. Like you want to do something with me. You want to hang out with me. We're going to go do something. Like that means a lot to me. So I know that that's my main love language. I also believe that physical touch is a small part in my love languages because I'm not the most affectionate person myself, but I
I'm a
do.
real nigga.
I am though. That's the problem.
Real
But
Jesus.
like-
That's that Gorilla Zoe again. Here you go.
But I do
We got another
like
flashback in the Nissan.
just like little stupid. But just like little stuff like, you like hit me on my ass or like pinch my cheek or do something like little stuff just to show that,
True. I be acting like I don't like that shit.
but I like
that
it. I really like it.
Well, we know. Don't worry about it.
Y'all, you know what? Y'all
Real
love
niggas know. That's
y'all.
okay.
Y'all love whatever comes from a dude that y'all really care about.
Yeah.
That
Y'all
part.
love whatever.
Yeah, if you
That
fucking,
part.
if you fucking with a nigga, then you
That part.
ain't nothing we can do.
Heavy on that.
When shit rolling and we doing, we doing what we supposed to do, and y'all actually listening to us and y'all doing what y'all supposed to, y'all trusting us. Hey man, it be smooth selling.
Yup.
Y'all
If
let us
it's
do whatever. We
somebody
love
you
how
really
open.
like,
we love
they
how
can
open
get
y'all
away
are in that
Murder.
stage. Yeah.
Murder.
I don't care if they were feeding
love
you
it.
shit sandwiches. You gonna eat them sandwiches
We
and
love it.
enjoy them to the fullest
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
when you really are into somebody. So That's real.
Kim, do you know yours, or you like
Well,
what you think maybe?
After looking up
All 5.
all 5 love languages,
What's the 2 most important ones?
I can't narrow it down to 2. I have 3. So I'm going to roll with T
2 and
when
a
she
half.
said. So quality time for sure.
So cutism, okay.
Man, all 5. So I'm going to just
God
list them.
damn, Kim, you gotta narrow it
need
down. Man.
everything.
It's so hard because I need it all. And don't we all? We all need something. And I personally feel like these 5 are pretty small things to ask for.
I'm about
So,
to say,
So-
let me shift their perspective. I think everybody at the table with like all 5. I want you to like look at it again and look at the 2 that you can't live without. Maybe you can't live without all 5, but let's say what 2 will resuscitate you the most.
Okay, can I at least tell the people, for those that don't know, what the 5 love languages are?
Tell them.
yeah, go ahead, read them
Okay.
off.
So the 5 are affirmations,
Where's the affirmation?
words of affirmations. You're correct.
So that's like picking people up, telling them, "Baby, I love you," whatever. This
You
is
the
what you mean to me,
bestest.
yada yada yada, boom boom boom. Yeah,
Correct. Quality time,
Q-tip, okay, Q-tism.
ST stated, physical touch, acts of service, and receiving gifts.
And I always seen acts of service and receiving gifts is very similar, but not the same, but very similar.
They
Very
are-
similar, very similar,
One's
but not the
monetary.
same.
Because one is an actual object and one is actual a process, but you're still
doing something.
you still may be spending or like devoting resources to show that person that you
Correct.
care. So they're very similar, but like a service or product, that.
I'm gonna be honest. Acts of service is probably number 1. And I say that because to me that equates to effort. So it's not so much a monetary thing or what you can do for me. It's just your willingness and the ability to do things, as I stated earlier, without asking, or just knowing that, okay, she may need this, or this might need to be done, or she might like this, or whatever it might be. And just that you considering me and thinking of me, and that thoughtfulness, and that just putting forth effort. So I would definitely say acts of service for sure, and quality time.
Mine's, I gotta say, is words of affirmation.
Mikey, I love you.
I think
Nah,
most men like
Really?
mine's just
affirmation.
like that because of how I am with my word. So my word is my bond. So if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. But we like what we give out sometimes or whatever, whether that person can give it out or not, right? But also too, I come from an athletic background. It's defined me a lot. So one of the things you learn in playing athletics is being taught and being coached. So sometimes you have to get taught when you fucking up, and then sometimes you have to get told like, "Hey, good job" or whatever. So naturally, I'm hardwired to go off of that layout, whatever. So I like to know, like, I might
Like
have
you're
fucked
doing
up
a good
one-
job,
like,
baby.
Tell me I'm
Or-
fucking up. I get it together. Tell me I'm doing a good job.
So
We gonna
good
keep it
and
rolling.
bad.
Keep
Good
it-
and
yeah,
bad.
we gonna keep
Okay.
the momentum rolling. So I'm big on that or whatever, and I'm big on communication. So words of affirmation for me. Big L's.
Is it my turn yet?
It's
Yes.
your turn, big dog.
And I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Okay.
If you ever been in love before,
Okay.
all 5.
All 5.
All 5.
You just like
If you-
you just like
No,
Kimmy.
really.
I
I,
know,
mean, because it's
no,
hard
no.
to narrow, because those
Well-
5 don't seem like
No.
it's really a lot.
If you really love the person that you're dealing with, if you really love that woman, all right, now I don't only know that way, then it's all 5. If you're not giving her all 5, she doesn't feel love.
So I think you should try to give all 5, but I think it's also important that you pinpoint which ones your girl responds to more than any other ones.
Yeah, because
See-
somebody you definitely respond to one thing more than the other.
And
Like,
also too, the
I could-
girl that you date now is totally different from the girl you was dating
Right.
before and the girl before that. So you really have to learn the person that you're dating right there.
That's true.
That's fine. Check it out though. It's just like your favorite R&B singer. She likes Jay Anika, but she doesn't hate SZA. You feel me? It's all the same, my nigga. Like they love it all.
Yeah.
They love it all. There's no if it's a love language, so they love it all. It's not. It's not. It's not.
At some point, I do want you to be able to identify
What
which
you
one
want.
takes precedence.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool. It might be some particular order in the shit, but at the same time, you gotta give all 5. If you're not giving off all 5,
No, you have to.
if you lacking in one, it's just like, well, shit, he not showing me enough attention.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
She
if I'm
gon-
not getting those affirmations from you, and if I have to leave outside and when walking down the street or just random people, I want to actually hear that from the person that I'm dealing with versus random people. Because like we've stated, it don't hit the same.
Exactly.
It doesn't.
And I know some people,
Resonate the
words and
same with me.
affirmations doesn't even matter because they don't believe nothing that anybody says to them because of what their own traumas are. So
Yeah, I'm about to say they haven't healed.
I know some people who like
Let's
you
have
would
an
tell
adult
them
conversation about healing.
you would tell somebody
That's
like,
a whole
how you really
podcast.
feel, or you would tell somebody you're gonna do something and they won't like
That's
believe it or
sad.
whatever.
That's
and that'd be
sad.
frustrating. Like if you a person that's like got a good track record,
That's
they'll
sad.
tell you that and you be like,
Yeah, that's sad. That's
like,
unfortunate.
yo, that's not cool.
Yeah, but
So-
now, but for real, like if you're dealing with a female, G, if you want to really like winner, G, you gotta do all 5. G, if you ain't doing all 5, G, you ain't winning. That's just how I look.
No, I agree with you on that.
I
It's
feel
just
you.
that-
I think it's like all 5 should be present in a relationship. But like for me, I'm gonna say like I could care less if you're going out buying me something every week. Like that doesn't do it for me.
But
you know?
gifts don't necessarily mean that. So I think maybe because if we could just narrow down maybe what a gift could be, because it could be a rose, it could be something that you. It's the thoughtfulness behind what it is that you're giving me,
It could be dinner.
and you can cook in the
could
house.
be.
It could be in the
can-
house cooking.
Yeah, it has.
So-
To me, it's all 5. Like that's how you show your love. You show your love through your language. All 5. Like if I know you physical touch and that's good. But if you ain't coloring up on the couch, if you don't make it to the couches, you can't show your love.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta make it to certain points, and you need it all.
No, I agree that you need all in the relationship. I think we're all saying the same thing.
We
They
are.
just are on a different scale.
Yep.
Yeah, mine probably lower, but it's cool.
Well, no, I mean, it's just the ranking. There are
Right.
5. We need them all in the relationship. But what we're saying is that everybody's numbered. They're numbered differently for everybody.
Correct.
So the ranking is different for everyone.
Nah, fuck that. I want it all.
Okay.
You love me, I
Well,
want
you
it all.
You can
Need
get it all. It's
Need it
just
all.
So
I need all that shit.
before we wrap it up, guys, and we conclude, let's go back around one more time. Lane, I understand all 5. Give me your favorite love language.
Probably physical touch.
Physical touch.
Yeah.
T, give me your favorite one.
mine is quality time.
QT. Kimmy, give me your favorite one.
I'm going to say acts of service.
Acts of service. Cool. For mine, I guess I gotta say the affirmation. Yeah, that's for me.
All 5.
Parting thoughts. Kim, if you want to say anything, I know you got a lot good stuff going. Anything you want to say or whatever?
Well, right now, I just want to say
Plug
thank you
whatever,
for
anything that you're
you know,
doing.
I don't have anything to plug right now. I don't have anything really truly going on.
Plug yourself.
Good. You need a
But-
break because you'll be working in overdrive.
plug
I
it.
do. I work a
yourself.
9 to 5, and then I also kind of do a few extra things on the side.
Yes.
Plug
yes.
yourself.
But at the same time, if you want to keep up with what I have going on, you can follow me on Instagram at Kimbella, KIMM __ Bella. But right now, I mean, I'll just add that I am appreciative for you bringing me on the show. Conversation was great, and I think that it's important to have these kind of conversations more often.
Well, the
For sure.
95 family's glad to have you back. You always contribute well. You always show up. You know, ain't nothing new. We appreciate you. We appreciate you very much. T, tell everybody what's going on with your podcast and what else you may have going on.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm the co-host of the Two Chicks Talking Shit podcast. That's SHYT because we're ladies. And,
Nice.
you know, check us out.
Little swankiness.
We are on
You'll
all
be swanking.
for sure. We're on all platforms. You can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the streaming services. And, you know, sometimes I do little football stuff on Instagram and, you know, I'm a semi-influencer in my head, so you can follow me, Sweet Tea 720. And yeah, thanks for having me.
Nice.
Big L's, it's all you, man. Anything you want to shout out, your foodie vibes, all the good stuff. What anything you want to let the general public know?
Yeah. First of all, I'm gonna kick it off with it's the month of October. I think that this month kind of holds near and dear to my heart. Ladies, get tested for your breast cancer awareness. That hit real home to me. So
That's a great point.
I want everybody to get tested. If you're scared to get tested, you can hit me up. I'll go with you, hold your hand, and do all the good stuff. No pun intended. I am the Chicago Footy, SHYKAWGEAUX. Yeah, Chicago Footy. Holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Just ladies, get tested. You know what I'm saying? And do your thing. You know what I'm saying? For real.
That's what's up, man. We want to thank you guys for showing up, doing another great episode. We'll have another one coming, and the next week or two, we're going to be talking about men's mental health. It's going to be really big.
Oh, that's great.
That's dope.
We want to thank the ladies for coming back, my homegirls, and I will have you guys back again. Of course, I'll have Els back again, and we're gonna run it back or whatever. So thank you, everybody, for showing up. Thank you, everybody who listened to this podcast, and you already know it's 95 till infinity. Peace.
Yeah. 100.